We are 1 minute earlier. Clearly, we're not Kenyan timers. We are better than that. So, hey, karibu sana to Saturday Tech Live. I am your host, Elisha Baruman, and this is Saturday Tech Live from deepafrica.com, where we seek to engage with you, inspire you, educate you, engage with you, and entertain you. And I hope we will be able to do that in this conversation today. I have this crazy guy with me. He's a regular. So he's a regular guy. I think you've seen his face today.
What is my name?
Yeah. What's his name? If you know his name, please comment on the comment
section.
section.
Do you have t-shirts in the store? So to give the first person who comments what my name is a free t-shirt.
Watajua hatukupana t-shirts ama
we are live.
Yeah, we are live. So thank you for tuning in today. So in case you don't know what you're going to be talking about today, we're going to be talking about blogging, and we have a lot to talk about, and he is going to take us through what blogging is, what you need to know about blogging, and what you can do to improve a blog, and so much more. And that's the discussion we're going to be having today. I don't know if you saw the preview. In case you did, karibu sana. Thank you for tuning in. Invite a friend, share a link, and you know, Brian.
Bashofi, I see you.
Hi, Brian. So let's get into this discussion. So today what you need to expect is what is blogging, how to start a blog, and steps you can use to start a blog, and personal experience with blogging, as well as his personal experience with blogging, and the most valuable advice he will give you in case this is a field that you're interested in getting into. So karibu sana as we start this discussion today. So hi.
Hello.
So wanakujua, wamekuzoea, but it doesn't hurt to tell them who you are.
My name is Anthony Njoroge. I am Anthony Njoroge. I hold a lot of titles in Deep Africa, but right now I'm a blogger. So Anthony Njoroge the blogger.
Okay. Alright, so he's Anthony Njoroge the blogger, and he's going to take us through. So I know there's someone out there, and I remember one time in my life I was that person who did not know what blogging is. I just got the gamble. What is blogging?
Okay. First, probably for some context, if you're in front of a computer, or if you're able to navigate to don't leave live, but if you're able to go and navigate to a browser, I am the owner of eastafricatraveltips.com. It's one word, very long word. You can just Google East Africa Travel Tips. So a blog is a website, and a website that has a collection of articles. And those articles are written for people to read, obviously. Now, there are different kinds of blogs. Blogging originally originated from people doing like a journal, an online journal, where they write, so here's, you know the way people have diaries?
Yeah.
Is there any African brother who has a diary? Well, I assume that us Africans don't like things like those. If you're one of the few Africans that has a diary, I'd love to know your name. So, Sema, comment somewhere. But, like, wazungu wanapenda kuweka diary sana.
Nimekuwa ni wazungu.
Sindio.
Okay.
But anyway, it began as a way of having a diary, an online diary where you talk about your day. I think it was like the way the Instagram personalities or the YouTube personalities would talk about their day every day, but now in the form of writing. And people used to have like their favorite bloggers because you'd be able to follow someone's life. But with time, it became an opportunity for people to start creating, like answering questions. So the thing about it, the thing that changed blogging into what it is right now is the advent of Google, and Google being able to rank good content to the top. So people started discovering that if they write really good content, it can rise to the top of Google for a particular search term.
Okay.
So for instance, if somebody wrote about how to change a tire, and wrote a really good article, it would probably go to the top of the search engine results. And so blogging started seeming like something that can get you popular and that can get you recognized. So basically, anyway, I'm defining what a blog is. A blog is a collection of articles within a website.
Okay.
And a good example of a blog is eastafricatraveltips.com.
Okay. Thank you for that. I hope that is clear enough. And I have an issue. Brian Matrofi, why would you just say hi to Mr. Anthony? I am here. So anyway, thank you for commenting. Lucy says, tuned in. Thank you, Lucy, for tuning in. So how does someone start blogging in form of steps, in case one needs to write down, like step one, this is what I need to do. So what would you, according to you, what do you think are the steps to starting a blog or starting blogging?
I think the most crucial step is understanding what blogging is. And that's the reason why we're having this today.
Yeah.
Because once you understand what blogging is and how it works, then you can be able to make the right decision whether blogging is for you.
Okay.
Because blogging is not for everybody.
Okay.
And people have different reasons for wanting to blog. But at the heart of it, many people who want to blog, and I'm sure people would be asking, what's the process of starting to blog?
Yeah.
Is because they may be thinking of one or two things. They want to express themselves in writing, so they have content that they want to express themselves, or they want to make money.
Yeah.
And so you need to first, step one is discovering what is your motive, what do you want to achieve with a blog. Now, I do it for money. I enjoy traveling, and that's the reason why I created East Africa Travel Tips. But I do it because I want it to earn money at some point in the future. And so the first step once you've identified what your goal is, then you're able to create your blog towards that direction. If you're just creating a blog to share your content with the world, then there's a different path that is slightly easy.
Yeah.
Because all you need to do is come to us, Deep Africa, we create a blogging account. We actually have a product that is geared for blogging.
Okay.
So we'll create for you a blogging account, and all you need to do is just start writing, and that's the end of it. So it's a very easy process if you just want to display your content online.
Okay.
However, if you want to make a blog for it to make money for you, you will have to go through a whole different process. It's similar to when you're doing it just to create, to give your content out there, but it's going to be more convoluted. There's going to be a lot more steps that you need to put in place. So I'll start with, I'm assuming that you want to make money as a result of it. So the thing that you would do is, but then we appreciate the likes.
That must be Barney's.
Yes.
Thank you, Barney's.
We appreciate the likes, so let them continue. We like seeing the bubbles. So the first step, if you are doing this for money, which is the path I'm going to take, because I assume that's what most people would want, is first identify which, even before you buy hosting, even before you approach us for hosting, identify what topic you want to blog around. And the kind of topic you choose, it's very critical. It's a very critical thing, because a topic is what is going to determine what products you can advertise or sell or promote. It's going to determine who is your audience, where that audience is primarily located.
Yeah.
Because, for instance, if you're going to create a blog around things like what? Like talking about Kenyan celebrities.
Yes.
The only audience you will have are Kenyans and probably a few Tanzanians, Ugandans who really care about celebrities. And so selecting the topic is very crucial. So what do you do to select a topic? And this even can be a blog, can be a whole interview on how to select a topic. And that's a really huge one. So I'll not get very deep into it, but because it's very crucial, let me just guide you.
Okay.
You need to select a topic, A, that you are not necessarily passionate about, but interested enough to stay in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
That you're willing to stay for a long time, blogging around it, because it's going to take you time for you to be successful. So in choosing the topic, like for instance, let's go with me. When I chose traveling, and traveling in safari in Kenya, first is that I'm interested in traveling, and I'm interested in safari.
Okay.
The second thing is, once you see what you're interested in, find out, is there a large enough market for what you want to do, for the topic you want to write about. And you can write about anything from gardening, to planting flowers, to pets, to cars, and so on. All of these things, there are a lot of things you can blog about, but you have to have a level of passion.
Yeah.
So once you find out what you're passionate about and find the market, so finding out whether there's a large audience for it, one easy way of finding out whether there's a large audience is checking whether, how many other people are writing about the same thing.
Okay.
If you find that there is nobody writing at all about the thing you want to blog about, then be very careful. There may not be a very large audience for it. Again, also, in terms of just generally observing, you can ask yourself, for me, one of the things that I ask myself is, in East Africa, because I blog about traveling around East Africa, how many foreign visitors do we receive a year? and it's somewhere upwards of 1 million in the whole of the East African region. And so I know for sure, if 1 million people are searching about traveling around East Africa, no, 1 million people are coming to East Africa, then it means the number of people searching about East Africa is in the regions of 3, 4, 5 million. Because not everybody who searches is going to come to East Africa. And so that's the reasoning that I picked for my own site. Now, you need to think about it around there. So you pick your interests and whether it has a market. And then after that point, now I'll go through the rest like fairly quickly so that I don't just use this just for the steps. But the next step after you've chosen the topic is going to create a domain name. A domain name around it. So for instance, for me, the domain name should not be your name, because again, as much as you like yourself, nobody cares about me as Anthony. When they are searching for can I drive in Kenya as a foreigner, they don't care about what Anthony thinks. So not to make my site Anthony Osio.ke, and that's part of the mistakes that people who want to earn money out of blogging, that's one of the mistakes they make. That they assume that they'll just put their own name and that works. So the thing is it's not that. You pick a name that is descriptive. So for instance, if you want to blog about, like let's say, how to repairing your own car, so like carrepairguru.com, something like that, choose a domain name, and then get a hosting package. Now, we can be able to advise you as Deep Africa on how to select a good hosting package, so that you're able to figure out that for yourself. You're able to figure out like how, like the hosting package, we have already covered the technical part of it for you. And then once you get the hosting package, you need to then select the list of articles you want to write. So what I do myself, I create what is called a hit list. So I write down all the topics that I think in my mind someone would be interested in blogging about. Somebody is interested in searching about. So for instance, I started like Masai Mara. So like, what should I wear to the Masai Mara is one of the topics that I thought about. Then what should how to choose a safari company, for instance. What are the best shoes when traveling to the Masai Mara? All of these topics, I'm choosing all of those because people are actually interested in asking these questions. Can I take a taxi to the Masai Mara? Those are questions that if you're not Kenyan, you probably will be asking, si Masai Mara iko karibu hapa, can I take a taxi, right? So you're thinking about what are people thinking about.
That's true.
And then once you've picked your list of topics, then you start searching on Google and doing what is called competition analysis, seeing whether has that topic been written about. So you Google, like for instance, you'll Google and you'll find me at the position 1. Hopefully I won't be answered from this for long, but for instance, you ask about should I take a taxi to the Masai Mara? So you Google that out and see what articles are written. Look at how well are they written. Is it very extensively written about? Are the articles deep and well explained? So the thing you want to look for are chinks in the chain, like a gap that you can be able to fill. So if you find that this topic has not been written well on, because you need to eliminate a lot of the articles you will write on your list, you need to eliminate because they're probably too competitive. But there are some which will remain, which are really good. They are very good questions, and nobody has written about them. Then, if you want more details, at this point you can probably like give a thumbs up or ask. So I won't stick there. But if there are any questions that are there, please ask. Because I could get into details, and I'm trying not to get into very big details. However, after you have like done competition analysis, you write an article. And writing the article, now you repeat that process of writing those articles, because you have a list of topics that you've done some competition analysis for. Then you write those articles over and over and over and over again. Not the same article, like you write out all of those articles with the minimum word count for each article being at least 1,500 words.
Before you finish up, I just remembered we had this discussion. Let's say you had talked before about domain registration, and in case you wanted to have a good domain name for your brand, we had this live stream some time back, so you can check out that video. I think it will be helpful, especially in choosing a good domain name, right?
Yes. So the main thing about those steps that I've talked about is that the first things, these are the ones I've talked about for a long time, can take less than a day. to do, all of them. It's not that it's complex, it's just that you need to follow those steps. The thing that will take you time is writing the content. That last one that I've rushed over, it takes a long time to complete, because like writing one article, like I have tried to do 2 articles in a day, and it's difficult, especially if you're working. You are not able to, like, you will sleep at 3 a.m. and still not have finished like 2 articles, and even one sometimes can be long. So the thing that will be the most taxing will be writing those articles. And I'm sure you've tried writing, and I'm sure what has your experience been?
Okay, this is what you call expectation versus reality. And to be quite honest, I think the most difficult thing to do is set targets for yourself. And you're in a, let's say for example, you're in a very busy environment, it becomes a bit unrealistic. Because I have tried, there's one time I tried saying every Sunday I was going to be writing an article, and every Wednesday and every Thursday. Yeah, let's just say it didn't go as planned. So I think the thing is you need to really plan yourself around it, and just set realistic goals in the sense that if you choose to write one blog, make sure that that's a very, very good blog that you know it's going to compensate for the time that you haven't written. Let's say if you've not been writing like twice a week or a month, you can write one blog, I think, or no, you can have more. You can have more blogs.
No.
But listen, no. This is my argument. Wait, let me finish.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This is what I think. I think you'd rather write a very, very good blog. Let's say even if it's once a week or twice a week, but you're sure that you put in all your hard work and effort into that blog, and I think it's going to rank well, as opposed to just writing for the sake of writing to have like 4 blogs in a week. I don't know what you think.
I agree with not writing for the sake of writing, but at the same time, you must. Here's the problem with writing one article per week, is that it will take you a whole year to get 50 articles, right? At the very minimum, if you want to start making a bit, not even a lot of money, just a bit of money, you need past, well, you need about 100 articles for it to be like a blog that is worth anything, right?
Yeah.
And so if you're nowhere even near 50 by the end of 1 year, it's difficult for you to actually get to success. So what I normally say is, jifinye, and get the middle ground, because you can try to do like the very perfect article. That will not work, because if you're spending like 3 days writing one article, then it's too researched. You're doing too much work that is not going to translate necessarily to good results. So what I would say is don't generate junk content. Don't let it not be junk. But there's a place where you have to say, sasa hii imetosha. Because normally the way I normally try writing is I try writing a 1500 word article in around 3 hours at most. Like I sit down and in 3 hours I've checked.
But we both know sometimes in those 3 hours you can sometimes have come up with as little as less than 600 words.
But the thing about it, actually, if you can go to Google and search for like how to write an article fast, a blog article fast, like fast, F-A-S-T, by Income School. And what they've done is they outline how to write an article in 1.5 hours, a 1500 word article. Let me give you the summary of it. The way you do it is you first come up, you know the title. Like the title that they have right there is like, why do 4-wheelers backfire? And so the first thing you do is you have your title, you first look for the answer, the first answer, the reason why 4-wheelers backfire. And you can find out that answer within less than 10 minutes of doing a Google search. You'll be able to know what the answer is. Draft the answer in like 3 sentences. Then, because those 4 minutes, those 10 minutes you've used, you already have extra questions you have in your mind. Like, why do 4-wheelers backfire? When do they backfire? Is it when they have bad fuel? You start writing out an outline of other subtopics that you're going to write after that headline. So before you start writing, like going through the whole post, you actually start doing the first headline, second headline, and you have like 6 headlines. With 6 headlines, you now no longer have a 15-word article. You have about 300 words. Because if you have 5 headlines, all you need to do is put in how many words? 5 hesabu zingine ni ngumu, so pardon me. 1500 words divided by 5 is 3.
Yeah.
So all you need to do is write 5 300 word articles.
Yeah.
Mini articles. So you answer that. So when you do that, you'll actually find that you're able to like generate content quickly. So you must find hacks, because the thing about it is that you need to create a lot of content and ideally in a short amount of time. So I would say it is possible. It is not easy. Do not be fooled. It is not easy. So have I answered your question?
Yes, you have.
I have challenged your thinking. Have you been challenged?
I think I don't know. I still have my own reservations towards that, because I feel like sometimes you really want to talk about a topic. Let's say, for example, what is web hosting, and you want to really discuss it, and sometimes you just hit a roadblock. Na akili inakata, na unajua ikikata imekata. You try, nothing comes out of it, and you might end up spending more than 3 hours on an article. I don't know. I think you have encountered that. At least
I have. Actually, writer's block is real.
Okay.
The thing about it is, if you've encountered writer's block, you get out of that situation, like get out of that environment.
Okay.
If you're not able to write, don't continue pushing yourself. Get up, go do something.
Yeah.
Go wash dishes, go take a walk, like free up your mind. Then don't stay out there for long. Like take like a 20-minute break, then come back and sit down.
Okay.
You'll actually find that you're able to go on if you completely have writer's block.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have any questions in regards to this conversation that we're having. We're talking about blogging, and in case you haven't heard of what blogging is, we're just Anthony was just saying it's more of like writing. It's like a diary, how you document your day-to-day, but you can do it you can do it professionally, say discussing things that are easily searched for on Google and much more. So in case you didn't watch that, you can repeat this. You touch the screen and then you rewind, and then no. So you rewind, and then you can start this conversation. In the beginning, we had actually given you a very good definition. Thank you, Mike Musonye, for tuning in, saying enjoying the show. I hope you're learning a lot, Mike. Derek Ngeno, thank you for watching as well. And Barney, so you can see the thumbs up. Thank you so much. So let me ask you, why do you think organizations and companies need to have a plan around blogging?
Now, the thing about where media is headed, you realize, well, let me ask you, when is the last time you watched, watch TV? Well, if you're busy at home, you probably watch TV just for news.
Okay,
right?
You were going to ask that. How are you going to ask that question?
I was going to ask this, when was the last time you watched TV? Actually, for people within our age, when was the last time you actually sat down and watched TV for a long time?
Wow.
For a long time.
When was the last time? Please comment.
When was the last time you watched TV?
I really want to know when was the last time you watched TV. I would really be interested in knowing that. When was the last time you watched?
For me, well, I would say I did watch yesterday, but I didn't sit down. I don't remember seeing an ad.
Okay.
I don't remember seeing an ad because I think I watched for less like 10 minutes.
Okay.
And that's the thing. For me, it's accidental. I do not deliberately sit down and watch TV. And think about even like newspapers. People don't buy newspapers as much as they used to.
Yeah.
Kitambo, you used to buy a newspaper and you very quietly like read every page.
Yeah.
The thing about that is that if you are a company and seeking to advertise, newspapers are no longer as effective as they used to be.
Yeah.
TV advertising is no longer as effective as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that was cheap, digital.
Yeah.
Right now, it's no longer cheap because everybody is there.
Yeah.
So it's becoming actually more and more. And actually, you've not yet seen the highest it's going to be. Because as these big companies realize that TV is not working, they're going to pour all of their marketing budgets to online ways of marketing.
Yeah.
And so if you are not online, and okay, let's first start with this. If the one cheap and it's almost free way of marketing yourself is by writing content that will be found on Google and rank automatically, like rank without you having to pay for it to rank. And so if you do not have a blog, you'll either have to pay Google to put you at the top or that you're not found at all. So for any business that is hoping to get to advance itself online, you need to have a plan of having a blog. Because by having a blog, it's actually an investment you make right now into writing content, because creating content is not cheap. Like a 1500 word article may cost like probably at a shilling a word, if you're lucky to find it at a shilling a word. And so it's an investment, but it's an investment that you make now and it earns you for the future, compared to not doing it or spending it on ads that you make money now. You're able to get views now, but if you stop paying, you stop getting the content. So I would say for any business that is seeking to get a relatively cheap and sustainable way of marketing themselves, the best way of going about it would be doing blogging, because you become the industry leader, you are seen to be the industry leader, but at the same time, you're getting free traffic. Well, it's actually virtually free traffic by writing about things that you're good at. So for instance, if you are a mechanic, for instance, and you write about how to repair your own car, or even like create articles around how to repair your own car, you are raising your expertise, and people are going to say, whether this mechanic seems like they know what they're talking about. So companies actually need blogs now more than they ever did, and that need is going to continue growing, both for blogs and content like video and so on.
So in case you have any questions in regards to blogging, or you want us to take you through the whole process, we could give you a consultation, maybe free, maybe not, but we could we could always give you advice on what to do and what you need to do if you need to get that. You need to get into that, especially for business owners. So my next question for you would be, what has been your personal experience so far with blogging?
Blogging for me has been quite a journey. I would say I'm now starting to see a level of success.
How long has it been?
I have been blogging because East Africa Travel Tips started last year, but before that I was blogging for almost like 2 years. So it's been like 3 full years of blogging and learning to do it correctly. So I had projects that I had done that failed and that I abandoned because I was writing really badly. My content was not that good. And so right now with East Africa Travel Tips, my journey has been that I work a full-time job here at Deep Africa. So the only time I get to blog is when when I'm in a matatu, or when I get home, I extend by a few hours and write content, or wake up early and write content. And so it has been a difficult journey for me, but a journey that I've really enjoyed, because A, I enjoy traveling, and B, I don't necessarily enjoy writing naturally, but I've come to enjoy the process of writing. I'm now starting to hit a bit of success. I've started seeing a number of page views. People are starting to, I'm getting several thousand visitors a month coming to my site, but I'm still in the starting phases. So in terms of even revenue, I'm still not seeing anything that is worth it. So you can imagine 3 years down the line, I don't have actual money that I can speak about, that this is money that I've received from blogging, but I can see hope. I don't know how it's going to go. It may go either way, but I'm seeing hope. Hope there, because as traffic grows, the thing about it, the way blogs make money, I think we should be beginning. Two main ways. It's through something called affiliate marketing. You promote a product by someone else's product. You create ads. So it's going well, but not as well as I would want it.
Probably it's because of the timing. Okay. So I think as we are about to end this topic today for blogging, what do you think? What advice would you give someone who wants to get into blogging?
I would say it's straightforward, but it's not easy. It's straightforward, but it's not easy. So if you're going to come into this thing, come ready to be in it for the long haul. Just like anything else, you'll need to put in a lot of hard work for you to see success. And so my advice to you would be, get into it. It's a good thing to get into, but do not make the mistake that this is easy to do. If you're looking for easy things to do, go watch Netflix. And I'm serious about this, because you'd rather spend your time watching Netflix than spend just the bare minimum, just do the bare minimum, like one article a month or a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, if you put in less effort, you're not actually going to see results. So I would say, if you're not willing to put in really a lot of hard work at the beginning, don't start. Just go do something you really enjoy, like watching movies and so on, because it's going to be a hard process. But if you're willing to put in effort and willing to work hard, especially for the first year, then there's going to be a lot of success for you. And you may probably break, like for me, you will have a number of times when you're going to like drop off or make mistakes. So do not plan to quit your job soon. First, look at it as a long-term strategy that you're going to build yourself up with. So retain your full-time job and start figuring out what to do, and start creating that blog with a goal that you have in your mind. But I would say, do not stop. Start, but realize it's straightforward but not easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on here today. Thank you guys for tuning in for today's Saturday Tech Live. We appreciate your presence and we appreciate your comments. We do not take it for granted. So remember, this Saturday Tech Live happens each and every week on Saturday at 12 p.m. on Facebook Live at deepafrica.com. So you could always share a link. I think that would really appreciate that, because it will promote our channel and what we do. And thank you, Anthony, for coming on today's Saturday Tech Live. I know you had a lot to say, but time was kidogo, because we wanted to be on time so that you guys could come in more and enjoy this show. So that's it from us, you guys. Remember, it's each and every week on Saturday at 12 p.m. Same place, same time at deepafrica.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the likes, bunnies. I saw that. Thank you for the comments. The last comment being from Derek. I know you said you're watching. Thank you so much. We will see you next week on Saturday with a better topic. I hope you will what? We hope they will.
You will still be around. You stick around.
Alright, see you next week.
Alright, bye.
Bye.